then you get 250. That means that in the first week, when you add all that, you have over $900 that you earn. You just repeat that process every week for 5 weeks. In other words, you create two consultants again, and you have them to get to consultant status. And in 5 weeks, the minimum that you can make is over $5,000. By the way, when you see at the bottom, you see you will cycle a minimum of 7 times. That's wrong. You will cycle a minimum of 10 times. That means that's more money than the one that you see there. But anyway, yeah, that's a mistake that they are going to correct away. I get them know that there was a mistake by 3 cycles. For the good, because that means that you get 3 more cycles that they say there. But what I mean is you make a minimum of $5,000, more than $5,000. And the reason is because that's assuming that nobody else bring anybody else. You don't bring anybody else. You only brought those 10 people that become consultants. And
yeah. Can I add something to that, George?
Yeah.
We was talking earlier today, and that's one of the things that I was talking to George about. And in our presentation on Thursday, we have a guy there that's been in several companies and grown pretty large organizations in those companies. But the question I asked him is, in these other companies, could you even dream of making that kind of money in 5 weeks? And the answer was absolutely no way. I mean, Isogenic has made this possible for us to make quick money. And it's just not something that the average person can do in these other companies. It's just not there. You've got to do so many things to earn that kind of money in these other companies. It's pretty tough to do.
Well, something that I'm going to even bring back, even the $940 that you make in what appear here in the first week, the 320 more plus 50 plus 200 plus 250. When you are at that, it's over $900. 99.99% of the people in every network marketing company, they don't have to chance to make that in the first month. Here we are making it in a really simple way. You bring two, and they bring two, and you get paid over $900. And doesn't matter if the other company, the person's coming with $1,000 or $1,500, still you cannot make that kind of money unless you sponsor more people. And this is really simple. And that's one of the things that I like it.
Hi, this is Adrianne.
Hey, Adrianne.
Hey, I just wanted to say something about the 5K in 5 weeks as well. And one of the things that I realized, too, it kind of goes along with the first question, too, about, why should you be building right now in December? And, besides the fact that it's the fourth quarter and, once you get to the end of this month, you'll realize, what's going to happen in January. But when you look at this 5,000 in 5 weeks, this is pretty fresh for a lot of us. I mean, this is pretty new. And what they're telling us is that we need to be leading with the President's PAC. That's what they're telling. They're telling us that there is more money to be made by talking about this package. And by doing that, you're going to be rewarded even $2,000 over what just talking about a 30-day package would look like. So the reason why I would be building with 5K in 5 weeks right now is that, it's going to be Christmas. People are going to be spending money anyways. There's a reason for them to get started with the best package, it's the most amount of product for the least amount of money. And it's a great way to get started to start their new year. So that's what I would be talking to about this. I would be like, how would you feel if you spent $559 today and got absolutely everything you needed to start your Isogenics experience? And during these next couple weeks, we're going to work on reaching $5,000 in 5 weeks. So, how big of an expense is $559 when you know that your partner is going to help you get $5,000 back, leading with the same package that you came in with? And that's kind of what I would be sharing right now. It's definitely a present to yourself and it's an investment. But, if there's one thing I've realized, it's that the more you talk about the product, the more product users you get. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the more you talk about the business, the more you talk about $5,000 in 5 weeks or, $320 with every President's PAC. That's how you're going to build a massive organization, is by talking about the money. And so that's what I would be sharing with people right now.
Great. Well, thank you, Adrianne and George, Tracy. I just wanted to let you know that Chad just made a comment saying that the month of January looks good. Then 5K in January can pay off a lot of Christmas debts. And to that, I want to add that most people, when they enter the holiday season, they end up in debt. It's like You just get your credit card bills in January, and then you work the rest of the year to pay them off. We have here an opportunity to get people started by earning $5,000. I mean, all of their Christmas expenses can be paid. This could be the first time that they do not start the new year with a lot of credit card debt. So this is definitely worth taking a look at. Yes, go ahead, Adrianne.
Sorry, I want to say one more thing too, just because I'm seeing who's asking these questions. And so, to my little rock star Emily, I just want you to know that this is a great place to start. Really diving in and putting this up on your wall. Like, print out 5K in 5 weeks. Make it measurable so you can see what you're supposed to be doing every week. And 5 weeks goes by like that. You can be doing what they're telling you to do on week 1, week 2, week 3, or you can be letting 5 weeks go by doing what you've been doing. And here's the cool part about this is that my girlfriends and I and my isogenics partners have been talking about creating a comeback plan for January. So however strong we're going to finish this fourth quarter, we can create a whole comeback team for January using the 5K in 5 weeks. And so I just think that that's also really exciting. That's something obviously we're doing, right now. Real quick, I also want to acknowledge a couple people in my organization. I know that George Ruiz already recognized Emily Stephenson, but one of my business partners and also my personal trainer, Jason Lattis, who's in Summer Body now. Also, they've been hitting Crystal Manager, and same thing with my girlfriend out in California. I'm rekindled our relationship through Facebook, and in just a month or two now, she's Crystal Manager. So this week 1, it's like going for Crystal Manager. So you just want to recreate that in these 5 weeks, and you're going to have $5,000 to pay off your Christmas with. So I'm getting really excited for my comeback team.
By the way, if somebody's spending $5,000, I want to be in your Christmas list.
Well, hey, George, actually, somebody just mentioned, now that we mentioned Jason and the Crystal Manager level, for existing associates, what is the deadline to become a Crystal Manager?
I think it's January the 21st.
23rd? 21st.
Yeah, January 21st. That means that it's about 2 months. No, a month and a half, excuse me.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
everybody has a chance to get there.
Yes, everybody. Except people that already obviously had the 6 before the whole thing started.
Good. And let's refresh everybody that to get to Crystal Manager, which is one of our new positions, we need to have 6 consultants.
That's the director. It's the director.
I'm sorry.
Correct.
Yeah, and I got here, the question was wrong here that I got texted. It's actually for director. Crystal Manager, it already passed the deadline. The deadline is for director, Crystal Director. So you need to get 6 consultants. Do they need to be on the same side, on different sides?
No, you can have 6 on one side and 0 on the other one.
Terrific. Okay, so next question. And before we go with the next question, just a reminder, everybody just start typing your questions because we're going to be wrapping this up in about the next 15 minutes. So try to get your questions in. At the top right of your screen, the GoToWebinar control panel, just enter it into the question chat area. Okay. And here, this is a question I just got via text, and it has to do with, George, you mentioned that you can do this working just about an hour a day.
Right.
What if I don't have a whole hour?
Just divide it in 2, then you have half an hour.
Yeah, and actually, to that one, I love that. I love that question actually, because the question actually said, what's the best time to dedicate to the business, and I want to just mention something that I have been doing over the years, because I'm the kind of person that never has time for anything, and I just decided to work 5 minutes at a time, and when the clock hits the top of the hour, every hour from 9 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night, I spend 5 minutes doing some of the income producing actions that George always talks about. And I either get on the phone or on email or via text or contact people or follow up. But I spend 5 minutes each hour doing that, and anyone can do that actually. So, and if you add it up, that adds to about an hour. Actually, I think it adds to an hour and 5 minutes if you do it 9 to 9. But that's
And the cool thing is that many of the activities you can do it together with what you already do. You're talking to a friend or somebody in the job and say, oh, by the way, what is your best email address? I have to send you a video that is really impressive. You can do it during normal hours, and then you follow up after the hours. Also, if you happen to be in Facebook, and I understand a couple of you are on Facebook, just keep posting the things that we showed on the video last week, on the webinar last week, and that doesn't take you more than 3 minutes. It's why you have to do it smart, is to make sure that you have out there as many information ways to connect with people and get the information out. The more you have, obviously the more chances you have to sponsor great people.
George, what really gets me excited is we talked about Lynn Hagedorn and her plan. And her plan was she needed to make a lot of money to retire her husband from his job. And her plan was, I'm going to show me where the tools are. I'll send 5 people a day to that presentation. Let the presentation take the time. You don't have to take the time. And that's what she did. That was her whole game plan. It's no secret, no big surprises, no. She sent 5 people to an internet presentation, one of our videos, every single day, and 14 months later, she's what number is she in the company now?
Number 4, earning a 6-figure income per month after 14 months, passing people that have been actually forever, like Tony Escobar and Carol Taylor and their RGG group, etc.
But the question is, how long does it take you to call somebody on the phone and say, I just want you to go look at this. Tell me if you like it or if you don't. Period.
Yeah, something very important. And going with Tracy, something very important. Some people do it to 3 people. 3 people, they don't go through or they are not interested, say, this doesn't work. Well, Lynn was saying that for every 100 people, she has only 10 excited. That means that 9 of them are going to say no to you right away.
But still, she achieved number 4 in the company.
6 figures per month in 14 months. Per month.
People tell me how hard this business is. I signed a gap here a little while ago, and he came from a company that keeps promising a video. Pretty soon, the company's going to have a video for us. Pretty soon, 6 months later, pretty soon, you guys realize how many videos we have available to us and how much Isogenics spent on each one of those videos for us to use. They're dynamite tools. You don't need to know anything about the company. Send them to the tools.
Yeah, and actually talking about tools, I don't think there's any company that can have provided us with better tools than what we have right now. And when you listen to Lynn Hagedorn's interviews and that she's done with the podcast with Kirsty Cody, she actually mentions that that's basically what she does. She uses all the tools, all the systems that we have in place, and ranging from the Are You Toxic to all the other ones that we have with the with the top earners and other videos that we have available at either ISA Videos, or I prefer to use actually the website, the replicated website, the ISA videos section, not the ISA movie. And those videos are absolutely fantastic. And here's a question actually that I'm going to jump a couple of places because it fits in with what we're talking. And it's exactly how do you use those videos with a prospect?
Okay. Well, let me start answering. We have the scripts on Tracy already went through one really simple. Hey, check this video. I'm really excited. Tell me what you think. That's the easiest way. And there are many, many ways. One of them, and many of you probably heard already, and because you have seen in the webinars, etc. The questions. When you ask person if money and time were not a problem, and you have all the time to enjoy them, all the energy to enjoy them, what would you do? And ask them what we do, and they said what and what else, and make sure that they get involved. And then you say, doing what you are doing now, how long will it take you to do that? And when the people say, well, never, say, well, would you be open to watch a video that show you how to do that? What do you think most people are going to say? That's another way. But the direct approach sometimes with people that you know is the best. We say, hey, just watch this video. I need your opinion. It's really important. That's really fast, simple. But we have many scripts. And also when you are talking to somebody on Facebook, the same thing. On Facebook, you can ask a friend of yours, check this video to see what you think. I'm not talking about somebody that you barely know. I'm talking to people that you know. You can send a text message, the same thing. Hey, I'm going to send you a link to a video, please. I would love to have your opinion. And you can call to. I mean, it's really simple. It's why you don't need hours and hours and hours to start your business.
Yeah, and
one thing I want to add too is that when we say we don't have an hour in a day, things like that. Try it first. Try to look at your schedule again. I'm sure you've already looked a million times, but look at your schedule again and see where you can try to fit in just one phone call, 1 or 2 phone calls in a day, and you can even set like a little like a microwave timer or some kind of a timer on your phone to alert you. Like, I'm just going to spend a couple minutes. And you even get on the phone with this person, and if it doesn't sound like, as you're going through these questions and you're asking them if you can send a video, things like that, and, when you're doing a follow-up, if it doesn't sound like they're that interested, then just say, you know what, that's great, thanks. I'm in a hurry, I've really got to go, but I'll get back to you later, because it puts you in a position to kind of control the conversation. But definitely, if you're in lack of time, you feel like you have a lack of time, set a timer when making your calls so you don't have this fear like, I'm going to be on the phone with only one person for an hour. There's no way. Every single time I sit down with a new person or one of my leaders and we start making calls, the first thing I notice is we go through quite a few phone numbers before we get that one person to answer. So you just don't know how long it's actually going to take. Just set a timer for yourself and just try to make some of the calls. Try to do something, because even doing the action, even if you didn't get a hold of somebody, is putting you in a place, is putting your mind literally mentally in, I'm working, I'm doing my isogenics business. And you will get somebody who answers. And, truthfully, as you get started, as long as you're not nervous and you just come from a place of love with them, you don't need to have a whole lot of scripts on the tip of your tongue. You need to just get to know this person and be real and, and ask them how they're doing. Obviously, that's the first question, So.
Yeah. So, and quick follow-up here on the videos. Actually, we have a question on where can I find those videos. And actually, all you have to do is just go to your replicated site, and there's a tab right at the top next to opportunity, just the ISA videos, and all those videos are available right there. And actually, let me just see here some more of the questions.
Where you're looking for, also go into our howtogetgoing.com, and there is a training on how to send videos from your website, using your website. Go through that training. It's only about 25 minutes long, but you can learn the activity really easy. It's very simple. and make sure you do that, because this is really powerful, but very simple too.
Yeah.
Very, very simple.
And also, I just have a quick question here on where do I find the scripts. And if you go to the howtogetgoing.com site, if you scroll all the way to the bottom on any of the pages where it says Essential Guides, there's George's scripts. And just click on that, and that brings up most of the scripts that we've been talking here, and those are great to work with on Facebook and so on. So there's an example of a script right here.
I'm glad that you're showing this social media script. Actually, I want to recognize somebody who's on the webinar, Natalie Rowland from Montreal, although she's living here in Salt Lake now. We've become really close friends, and she scheduled a meeting with me to talk about, doing the business online and doing the business through social media. And, we just sat down for about an hour. The one thing I noticed is that when you can take these scripts, you'll learn and know how to talk to people, just like Natalie did. It was like I went through her messages and her Facebook having these incredible conversations with very, qualified networkers. And the last step, you guys, is still to get on the phone with them. And it was so fun. I said, Natalie, you're doing a phenomenal job. Just ask for their phone number. Say, hey, I think now's a good time for us to talk over the phone. When would be a good time for you? And throw your number out there first, and then they usually will throw their number back. And Natalie did that. So she told me she spoke with one of these networkers, and it was an incredible experience. They had a great conversation. She sent her some more Isogenics videos, and now she's just going to do the follow-up. So I want you to know that it really does work, but even using the scripts online teaches you how to talk to people even before you get on the phone with them.
And by the way, a very important point, and this was on the call that Adrianne had this morning, make sure that in the follow-up you use your upline for support. Make sure you do a three-way call.
Yeah,
and that's the best way. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have a question for Adrianne on that call this morning, and actually it says, what did Adrianne mean on this morning phone call? Not to wait for your leader to get started making three-way calls. Do we just schedule time with them to make these calls?
Yes, that's absolutely what you do. Here's the thing. When you start working your Isogenics business and you have all these great leaders and friends that you're working with, and if you're a new person and you're just getting started and you're wondering how do I get this person on the phone with me, right? Like you've made your list. You've made a list of, 10 people to as many people as you can think about. You finished a memory jogger, and you're ready to start calling. If you are in so much fear about calling some of these people, as most new people are, including myself, I was so scared. I had to get Tracy Larsen on the phone with me for almost every single call to close it. Right, Tracy? But it paid off working with the leader. So I would call Tracy. I didn't wait for Tracy to call me. I was on a mission, right? Just like many of you guys are on a mission for 5K in 5 weeks now. I was on a mission. I didn't wait for Tracy to call me. I knew that he was busy, but guess what, you guys? I was busy too. I needed money now. So I called Tracy, and I would set times, and I would say, hey, Tracy, I've got this person at 5 o'clock. Can you do this phone call? And I would set the times with him. I didn't wait for him to call me and say, hey, you should get going. I got into Isogenics because I knew I needed to get going. Isogenics was my plan B, a way to get out of the situation that I was in. So I didn't have time to wait for somebody to tell me what to do. I just started taking action, and by that, I knew I couldn't do it alone. So I used Tracy and, George Ruiz and Alex Kokin and everybody, and I got them on the phone with the people on my list. It was that simple. And to be truthful, all this talk about not knowing what to say is eliminated when you get somebody who's experienced on the phone, and they're going to help you go through these names and decipher who's ready and who's not ready yet. And that was really neat. I tell people that all the time too. As soon as you start making phone calls, you learn how to talk to people. You learn how to do what the successful people in Isogenics are doing. And so that's why I would say, yes, schedule a time with them, or even just a quick text message. Hey, I have somebody I want to call at 5 o'clock today. Let's do this. Can you do that time? Oh, you can do 4? Okay, let's do 4 o'clock, right? Be flexible, but at the same time, just start knocking those calls out of the park. There's only a couple more weeks of December. I want to see people start doing that. I'm hoping that the people on this webinar right now are listening to this and saying, wouldn't it be so much easier if I wrote out a new list of people just even for December, like December to January, and called my upline leader and scheduled times to call each one of the people on that list with? I mean, how simple would that be? It takes the pressure off you. It takes the pressure off the person you're calling because you're not worried about, what are they going to hear from me? They're going to hear it from people who are excited. All you have to do is introduce this, your contact to your business partner. Hey, I wanted to call you. Always compliment them or something. I just think you'd be so great at what I do, and I have my business partner on the phone with me right now to share with you, and just ask if you'd be okay if we sent you a video. And they'll go, sure, what is it? And your business partner is going to come in and be like, hi, Natalie, I'm Adrianne Carbonel. I'm Mary Jean's business partner. I just wanted to, share with you a little bit more about, what Natalie's doing. Tell me a little bit more. But I mean, it's just less pressure for everybody if you just do it right. Just get on the phone with those 3-way calls these next couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, definitely worth it. Thanks, Adrianne. And by the way, I had a comment here while we're talking about the videos. Somebody typed in, I had fun creating those videos, and just got a surprise that we have actually one of our favorite people from corporate, the creator of most of these videos, Rick Despain, is listening in today. So a big hello for everybody from Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Okay, so I cannot get him on the microphone here, but anyhow, and we definitely thank you, Rick, for everything that you have done with those with the Are You Toxic and all the many other videos that you've provided for us. Okay, so let's see. One more thing. Okay, question from Natalie actually is, if somebody's not interested, do you keep asking? And I guess, George, were you not interested when you get started?
Yeah, the first time, imagine, Ali, that you call one of your friends and he or she tell you something like, Nali, you need a psychiatrist, don't call me anymore, I okay in my business. Well, that's what I did to Jimmy. However, he called me still for 41 weeks in a row, because he counted them, I didn't, but every week he was calling me for 10 months, 41 weeks in a row. Now, if the person is a nasty person that you will never have business with that person, I will not call that person back. But if it's a person that you would love to do business, yeah, consistently. As a matter of fact, many of the leaders in Isogenics came after months or even years into the business. Jimmy, the second position that he maxed out was with somebody he followed up for 3.5 years. Many people say, "Well, but that's too long." Yeah, but thanks to his endurance, that it gives him an extra $700,000 a year. No bad paycheck. That's an extra on top of what he's earning in the original position. Yeah.
Great. So, well, we have to start wrapping it up. So if you have any question that's unanswered yet, simply, we'll try to get back to you via email later on. And just next comment here is actually Chad mentions that I've been working with a networker for 6 years now. She's almost in. I just keep her up to speed. So, Chad, congratulations on that persistency. And remember, just contact anybody that you think that might be able to help you to, close basically to, your 6 years of persistence. Okay.
Yeah, that's exciting. I just want to say something real quick too to Natalie. When you have somebody's phone number and they, say, "Hey, I'm not interested at this time," or something like that, and you've done everything you can at this moment, what's the beautiful thing about having a phone number and also or an email or being connected on Facebook is that it makes follow up a little bit easier because you can just check in with them occasionally and just say, hey, I saw that something on Facebook. Just send them a quick message and just say, how are things going? How's business? I always use that question. How's business going for you now? Because the thing is with network marketing is that you never know when somebody's ready to make a move unless you are constantly kind of checking in on them and just saying, hey, how's it going now? And you can even send them a quick text message. Hey, was thinking about you today. Hope all is well. You're amazing. Or, really something positive. Just stay in touch with them so they feel connected to you, even as a friend. Maybe we're not in the same company, but we're supporting each other. We're supporting the industry. So let's stay in touch. Keep the door open.
Great. So, well, then I want to thank again each and every single one of you for joining us tonight. I want to thank Adrianne, George, Tracy for being a part of our panel. Actually, Rick, we're very grateful to have you listening in. And we will be seeing you then next week. And by the way, just a reminder, this is actually being recorded and it will show up tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening at the howtogetgoing.com website. So any last words, George, that you want to close?
Yeah, well, there are no last words because tomorrow I expect to wake up. But anyway, no, the last word for tonight. Okay, one of the things that I just want to say, guys, is like I said in the newsletter, right now it's a great opportunity. Let's make sure we take advantage of what we have because it's amazing. And this is a great opportunity, a really simple pay plan, amazing product. And you think about this, it's not only about you, it's about the people that it's going to be benefit. Not only here, but someday somebody in an obscure country in the middle of nowhere is going to come to you and say thank you or send you a text saying thank you. You saved my life. Think about those things. But anyway, that's it.